So Jason Nash has come out with a sitcom called Everything is Fine. He posted the pilot today, and it looks like the sitcom will be released in 2026. Now, the sitcom stars Jason Nash, his wife, Naveen Nash, as you can see here, and Brandon Cavillo from the Vlog Squad, as well as a handful of other actors like for supporting cast roles. Now, this series reminds me already of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's very Curb Your Enthusiasm coded. A lot of the comments are saying the same thing. They're saying, oh, this reminds me of Curb Your Enthusiasm or Seinfeld. It is very much like that. Obviously, there's no laugh track or anything. And it's kind of like dry, realistic humor. Now, I'm gonna react to the show. Well, we're not gonna watch the show because I want you to go to his channel to watch it. I'll link it below. But I'm going to react and have some of my own commentary. I personally believe the show is really entertaining. It seems really fun, really entertaining. Um, the script, amazing. The writing, outstanding. I'm not just saying that as a Jason stan. I promise I'm not a Jason stan. I just think that the script was really funny. Now, I do think some of the deliveries are off. The supporting cast is fabulous. They all, you can tell, are masters at their crafts. Like for a small supporting cast of a bunch of people who you haven't seen around or who aren't big names, they're actually very good in all of their roles. I will say that you can tell the difference between the professional actors and the non professional actors. For instance, Naveen, Jason, and Brandon are not professional actors, although Jason and Brandon have dabbled in acting. Now, Brandon's pretty good. He's decent. He's like on par with the other actors, but there's still a noticeable difference. And I feel like Naveen and Jason haven't quite found their footing yet. Their vibes just feel different from the rest of the cast. And I will say too, it's kind of odd, but Naveen and Jason both separately have really great chemistry with all of the other actors, but when they're together, their scenes are kind of awkward, which is a little bit surprising because they're actually a married couple in real life. But their on screen chemistry doesn't seem to fully be there. Now, Naveen's delivery is on point. She's really comically, she's casually comical. She kind of seems to be naturally funny and goofy. So it just fits with the character that she's portraying, which is kind of just herself, like a goofy little ditzy side character wife. But I feel like her timing is a little bit off, or the pacing of Jason and Naveen's scenes seem to be a little bit off. Because, for instance, in the beginning, there's a scene where they almost seem to be kind of talking over each other. It just seems unnatural in the very beginning of the show when they're funny lines, but it feels a little bit forced, like forced humor. Whereas when you go on through the rest of the show, it doesn't feel as forced. And actually, these two actually get better as the episode goes on. Now, here's Brandon. He's pretty good. He's actually surprisingly good, a lot better than I thought he would be. He kind of was on par with the other actors, so I wonder if Brandon has ever taken any kind of acting class because his acting did seem noticeably different than Jason and Naveen's. Although I know Jason's supposed to just be playing himself, and so is Naveen, but so is Brandon, but he had a different vibe than they did. Now, the show is basically about Jason trying to get a comedy show to be, produced, to be taken off, to be accepted, and he's struggling to get it done. But there's a series of characters in the show that kind of like are inconvenient to him. So, for instance, there's this character, Gary the neighbor, who shares their garage with them and is just kind of annoying. This actor here, he's very convincing in his role. He's very entertaining to watch. And I feel like his chemistry with Jason is really natural. Now, there's another character here, which is the exterminator, who's supposed to help Jason get rid of a mouse in his house, but then tells Jason he can get rid of Gary the neighbor, who's annoying Jason. This guy is also pretty funny. Like I said before, the script is very Curb Your Enthusiasm vibes. I almost feel like if you put Larry David in these same scenarios, it would hit the same. Like, it would still hit. It just seems so Larry David. But yeah, the side characters are very humorous. Let's see who else we got here. Okay, there's this character, which is the television producer who Jason is trying to get his show for this guy to accept a show. And he is on par with the other two side supporting characters. Honestly, all of the quote unquote professional actors, they seem very professional. Like, when you're watching shows or movies and you're like, oh my god, that's a bad actor. Like that person is kind of ruining the entire show or movie. There was none of that in here. The only thing I would say, the only criticism I would have is I feel like Naveen and Jason have to get a little bit more comfortable with each other on camera because it seemed like they were comfortable with everyone else and their characters worked with everyone else. It was only when they were together that it seemed a little bit awkward. If you guys have watched this or if you go watch it, let me know if you feel the same way. I do feel like they got stronger toward the end though. Like there was a really hilarious scene between Jason and Naveen where the delivery of the lines was just so perfect that I can't help but laugh every time I see it. Another supporting character was this woman here, which is Taylor the Stalker. She plays Naveen's stalker. Now, the show seems to be based around Jason and Naveen's real life because Naveen actually has mentioned in vlogs before that she actually does have stalkers. And Jason obviously has tried to sell his show to producers before, and he's tried to take off as a comedian and get his movies more mainstream worldwide. So these do seem to be based off of real life events, but just exaggerated and funnier. Because, like, for instance, Jason and Naveen both come into contact with the stalker. Like, Jason even does like carpool karaoke with the stalker. It's a ridiculously funny show. Like, it's supposed to be ridiculous and it's funny. Like I said, it's very Curb Your Enthusiasm coded. Also, Naveen's gorgeous. What the hell? Okay, and then another character they have is skipped a little bit too ahead there. This woman right here who plays the producer's wife is hilarious, you guys. This woman made me laugh probably more than all of them. I said the script was really strong. It was a really strong script. And the dialogue between characters, like all of the jokes, almost all of the jokes, I would say, hit. They all landed. Or most of them landed. But I've always thought that Jason, like during skits in the Vlog Squad and stuff, was a very funny comedian. I do feel like Jason is good at playing characters. I do wonder though if his struggle is playing himself. I know he's supposed to be a realistic version of himself, and it does work. There's just something awkward a little bit, I guess, compared to the other actors. But it's kind of like when you watch Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld wasn't an actor, and the supporting cast actually made the show stronger. This is kind of what that feels like. And then, Jerry got good as the seasons went on. I feel like the same will probably be true with Jason. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying there's an obvious difference between the actors and the comedian. But you could probably say the same for Larry David too. He had a strong supporting cast as himself, which I feel like maybe it's harder to just be a cartoonish, extra exaggerated version of yourself. I'm gonna show you guys the scene that I thought was good between Jason and Naveen because it really did hit, and I felt like she found her groove during this scene. Because I'm wondering if this is her first time acting, but I feel like they found their spot here, their sweet spot. So it's this scene here where Naveen tells Jason that her stalker's outside, and whoever wrote this line, I swear, it's a comedic genius. It's so funny.
I'll go out there and.
Okay, be tough.
I mean, this is my moment. This is kind of the moment
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
waiting for. This could be goodbye, you and me.
Oh my god. We had a lot of fun together.
I love you.
Good luck.
Okay.
That's so funny. He's basically like, I'm gonna go out there. I might not come back because the stalker might get me. And she's just like, we had a lot of fun together. Like, bye, Jason. You're on your way out. Whoever wrote that, brilliant. And she delivered that line so flawlessly. I thought it was really good. Now, again, the show is very dry humor, very Larry David. You guys should go check it out if you like Larry David or Seinfeld or any kind of mockumentary. If you like any kind of, or even like The Office, kind of like The Office, you know, that type of humor. That's kind of what the show is. What the show is doing. Now, one thing I found interesting is actually toward the end when it says who the executive producers are. It actually said that it was. It actually said executive producers David Dobrik, Jason Nash, Naveen Nash, and David's name comes first. So I wonder how much involvement he has in this project and if he'll end up showing up in it. I'd be really interested to see. Guys, I genuinely think this was really entertaining. You should go check it out if you're in the mood to laugh. Honestly, it's 24 minutes and 52 seconds, and honestly, it's really fun. I hope he does come out with the entire show because I feel like it would be a great time to watch it. Because I feel like it has the potential to be a very strong sitcom. Like I said before too, all of the actors are strong. Jason, Naveen, and Brandon. They're good. They're decent. Like for example, Jason had really good chemistry with Taylor the Stalker. Like I think those were some of his most hard hitting scenes. He was really funny in those scenes with in the car with Naveen Stalker. And Naveen, like I said, she had really good chemistry with all of the other actors. She was really funny. Her delivery was on point. It just I think it's the pacing, maybe the a little bit of awkwardness. I know the show is supposed to be awkward, but I feel like something's going on with the pacing just a tiny bit, especially between Jason and Naveen. Their scenes, for some reason, almost feel a little bit rushed. I wish they would just kind of let the scene be fleshed out a little bit and not just go like joke, 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 joke. Like just flesh it out, tell a joke, let it land, and sit in it for a second. Other than that, I think they all did really good. And I honestly think it's sweet that Jason had his wife in the sitcom with him, playing herself, like including her in the project. I've watched some of their vlogs before, and they seem to be a very happy couple. They seem to be very kind to each other, and they seem to get along great. They have really good chemistry, like in vlogs. I don't know why, just the show. Maybe just because they were nervous working together for the first time, maybe, or it's just a little bit like uncomfortable at first. But yeah, this was a really really fun show. You guys should go check it out. I can honestly say that I wasn't bored at all throughout the entire thing, and that it was really funny. I do want to know who wrote it. I'm really interested in that. Jason, let us know who wrote this. Was it you? Who was it? They deserve writing credit. The script was just honestly so funny. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Go watch it. Let him know what you think. Let me know what you think. I want to know if you guys agreed with any of my reactions or what you agreed with and what you disagreed with. As usual, comment below and let me know.